Oh, physically I feel great. And I did the entire diet. I never had any weird, strange side effects. Always had really good energy. Was never lethargic. Yeah, I slept great at night, so everything went really well physically. Yeah, really what I wanted to do was to convince the federal government that the potato was so healthy and nutritious that you could literally live off of them for an extended period of time without any negative impact to your health. And the reason why I undertook that is because the USDA made some changes to the WIC program where they allowed the purchase of fruits and vegetables in the WIC program, which was great, except they excluded potatoes. So in the WIC program, people could buy any produce item they wanted except potatoes. And the WIC program is a nutrition program. It's about getting extra nutrition to at-risk populations, to pregnant women or mothers with children. And I thought it was just a wrong message to send that potatoes shouldn't be part of that. So I underwent this diet to really convince the government that they need to change their policy. And as sort of a side benefit, it actually attracted a lot of media attention, and I think we were able to get our message out not just to the USDA but also to just kind of the general public. And now they realize that there's a lot of nutrition to a potato. We're going to be reaching out to the USDA and talking to them about the WIC policy, and we'll see. So I do know that the Secretary has been asked about, there were some reporters that have asked the Secretary about the situation, and their kind of response was, well, we think the potato is nutritious, it's just the WIC population is already buying potatoes, so we want them to purchase other fruits and vegetables, and that's why we've excluded potatoes. But that's a flawed statement too, because if you dig a little deeper, that was based off of some research done in California. It was a market basket study where they looked at what produce items WIC participants would spend their dollars on. And yes, potatoes were commonly purchased, but they were number 4. Number 1 was tomatoes. Tomatoes were the most commonly purchased, followed by onions, followed by lettuce, followed by potatoes. So if you're eliminating potatoes because people already buy them in the WIC program, then it would make sense you'd have to eliminate lettuce, onions, and tomatoes. Lunches also, that's one of the other things too, is the government's looking at restricting the consumption of potatoes in the school lunch program. And not really just potatoes, but what they're calling starchy vegetables. So it would be potatoes, sweet corn, lima beans, which kids are probably happy about, and green peas. Here in Washington State, actually all of those producers, I don't think we grow a lot of lima beans, but sweet corn and green peas and potato growers, they all grow kind of the same crop. Those are the sweet corn and the green peas are rotational crops for potato growers. So locally, yeah, they're very supportive of our efforts, and I think just the general population too. We have a website and a Facebook page, and folks have been following that and are concerned that the government is stepping in to eliminate those programs or those food products from the school lunch program. Now we're going to leverage it in Washington, D.C. So that's something that we're going to do. We're going to take this diet to Washington, D.C. We're in the process of putting together sort of a video to kind of summarize everything that happened on the diet, what happened nutritionally, what happened to my health, what happened media attention, how people are very interested in keeping potatoes in the WIC program and the school lunch program. And so we're going to take that message to Washington, D.C. We're going to start with the USDA, and hopefully they'll make some good policy changes. And if they're unwilling to binge or unwilling to take action on that, then that's when we go to our congressional delegation that has oversight over the USDA, and we'll get them involved. Everywhere I've gone, I've always made that statement: is this is not the next new fad diet. We're not trying to get people to just eat potatoes or eat 20 of them a day. This diet was all about just making a statement that truly the potato is incredibly healthy and nutritious, and we've forgotten that. So this was a bold statement to remind consumers that it really is healthy and nutritious, that there's a lot in potatoes. A great source of vitamin C, more potassium than a banana, really rich in fiber. I was exceeding the recommended daily allowance for like 13 different nutritional items, which is incredible. There's not a lot of food products that can say that. So that's the message I want people to remember. I don't want them eating 20 potatoes a day.